Hey, what's going on, guys? We have some huge news to share with you today with XRP. It is now official. It has been signed by Judge Torres. This is the order that is dismissing the case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. So these are core team members behind XRP Ripple, the company. And guys, we're going to go through this order right now for you. It's going to be a quick video. But real quickly, if you are new to the channel and you want to see more XRP related news, updates, rumors, things like that, then don't forget to hit subscribe. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. So taking a look here from James K. Fallon over on Twitter sharing this post. This case, we can see the United States District Court, the Southern District of New York, Securities Exchange Commission, plaintiff against Ripple Labs, which has Bradley Garlinghouse and Christian A. Larson as the defendants. It is now stipulated and agreed pursuant to federal R civil P41. I'm not familiar with all the different terms here, but we're getting to the main point. By and between undersigned counsel that the claim alleged by Plaintiff Securities and Exchange Commission against defendants Bradley Garlinghouse and Christian A. Larson for aiding and abetting defendant Ripple Labs Incorporated's Ripple violations of Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933 with respect to Ripple's offers and sales of XRP and quote institutional sales are hereby dismissed in their entirety. I want to stress that part again. Are hereby dismissed in their entirety with prejudice and without costs or fees to either party. And this is signed by George G. Tenriro. And we also see Annalisa Torres down there in the bottom right-hand side. There's also Michael K. Kellogg. I'm not sure why the other individuals don't have their signatures on there, but so ordered October 23rd, 2023, New York. That is today's date as of the time of me recording this video. Amazing news, guys. Now, it's not completely in the safe zone yet for XRP and Ripple, okay? The thing is that we still have the main case that's going against Ripple, but the leading indicating signs has been suggesting that there's a very high likelihood that Ripple is going to come out of this just fine. I mean, think about it like this. The SEC dropping their case against the core team members behind Ripple, suggesting that they were intentionally doing some malicious things here, right? Like as it's being identified in this post, in this filing. Them dropping that really would suggest that the SEC does not have as strong of a case as what they initially thought, right? And so because of that, many people are looking at this and suggesting that this is a strategy by the SEC to try and put more focus back on the company and hopefully to use this as leverage to try and take the company down itself. So it's kind of like, we'll give up this in order to win this over here. The way that I'm looking at it, that is not the case. We've already seen Gary Gensler be brought forward in front of Congress. Let me go ahead and turn my webcam back on for you guys. Been brought back forward in front of Congress and asked him to find a security, right? And when you look at the top cryptocurrencies, Ethereum is number 2. And Gary Gensler could not seem to answer about whether or not Ethereum is a security. So it's kind of weird when like you're in a position where you're supposed to be setting rules, guidelines, enforcing those rules and guidelines appropriately. That's the other thing. And you can't even just answer a simple question. The second biggest crypto that's in the entire world, you can't tell whether or not that's actually a security, if it passes the test or not. Kind of weird, right? Like if you're not feeling qualified to answer that kind of question, then maybe you should move aside and let somebody else step in and do a proper job. One of the biggest issues, I would say actually the biggest issue that I have with the Securities and Exchange Commission is that they like to set rules and guidelines and then essentially punish people for having not followed those rules and guidelines prior when those rules and guidelines were never existent And the people at the time were following what was currently available, and they were adhering to all of those standards. So it's like you enforce new policies, and then you want to attack, literally like attack and go after Ripple. You want to go after companies like Coinbase, Binance, and attacking them for certain things based on new standards that you're trying to set, when they were trying to do everything that they could to be in compliance beforehand, right? It really seems like a weird position to try and take on something like this. So the other thing too is that they set these rules and guidelines, but then don't set it to the same standard for everyone. So we've seen some big hedge fund type companies that have been just like a little slap on the wrist. Oh, you keep breaking our rules, our violations, and you keep basically straight up stealing billions of dollars from people. But they just take their cut. They don't shut the company down, right? There's not some absolutely astronomical fine for this kind of stuff. It's like, oh, you keep violating our rules on a repeated basis. We're going to continue to let you operate, and we're only going to take a little bit of a cut, and you get to keep the rest of the money that you stole from everyone. It's a bizarre world that we live in where that's the current circumstances. And I don't think personally that Gary Gensler is doing a good job. I think he needs to be replaced. And as far as for this court case, I'm leaning in the direction very heavily that XRP is going to likely win this case. But we have to still wait that case's final deadline. Unless they decide to give up beforehand, we're looking at that at the early part of next year. So let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. Would love to get your thoughts and your opinions on this. And on a quick side note, I do have a brand new TikTok. I know that may sound kind of weird. Brand new TikTok channel in which I'm doing animations with artificial intelligence, crossover type stuff. It's a fun thing. If you guys want to check that out, I'll have a link in the description. And I also have a separate TikTok channel that I'm trying to think what I should upload to. And that is Crypto Atlas over there. I think that's Crypto Atlas. Anyways, I'll include the link on it. It's been a while since I uploaded to it. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate my Patreon supporters. Double shout out. Thank you to WeLoveSafeman.com, Victor Vegas, Safeman Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.